Hi everybody, so I'm going to show you how to make these fingerless gloves. I got some tails to hide still, but it's made with, here's the thumb hole. They're made with the side puff stitch, and I have a scarf to match, and I have a tutorial for this also. So if you want to watch the tutorial for this and you want to make it, I'll put a link to this tutorial below in the description box of this video, so you can make like a little set. Be good for Christmas. I made it for a Christmas gift. So for this project I'm using Caron Simply Soft, which is a worsted weight 4-ply acrylic yarn, and the color is called Gold. It's like a variegated orange and brown, and this has, I think, like 200 yards in it. Yeah, 204 yards, but one skein will be more than enough to make a pair of these. And then I'm going to be using a size H, which is a 5mm crochet hook. Okay, you want to start with a chain of 24, and this is one I'm going to hook it together here without twisting my chain. I'm going to slip stitch into the very first stitch to form a large ring. And this is like going to be the cuff part of the wristers. So just start by chaining one, and then all you want to do now is go around putting one single crochet in every stitch. And I apologize if you can hear my family in the other room. My husband and the kids are in there playing, so they're probably kind of loud. But just one single crochet in every stitch, just like this, and you want to do that all the way back around to the beginning. Okay, when you make it all the way around that row of single crochet, you want to count and make sure you have your 26 stitches. You want to make sure you keep that stitch count, and once you count it and you got 26, all we're going to do is just jump on over to that first one right here, that first like chain one here, and we're gonna do continual rounds of single crochet. So if you want to put a stitch marker here, you can. I'm just going to use the tail of the yarn as my stitch marker, so that way I know where I start and where I finish. So now I'm just going to jump on over here to the next stitch here and single crochet in it. Kind of tight because it's a chain one space. There we go. And now I'm going to work my way around again, putting one single crochet in every stitch. So now I'm just going to be doing, for the cuff, it's just rounds of one single crochet in every stitch. But you want to make sure after every round that you keep your 26 stitches, because you need to have that number in order for the puff stitches to work out okay. And I'm going to do a total of 8 rounds. So right now I'm on my second one. So I'm going to go around again, and when I get back to the beginning, I'll just move my stitch marker up and go again. And you want to do that for a total of 8 rounds. Okay, once you made it back to the beginning and you're done with your 8 rows, now we're going to do 1 row of increases. So just you can put your stitch marker back here. I want to go ahead and do 5 single crochets in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then in the next stitch I'm going to put 2 single crochets in that stitch. So 1, 2. Now I'm going to do 5 in a row again. 1, 2, 3, 4, that was 4, and here's 5, and then in the next one I'm going to go ahead and put 2 single crochets again in the next stitch. Now I'm just going to repeat that pattern. I'm going to do 5 single crochets in a row and then 2 in the next one, all the way back around. After you made it back around and you just did your last increase stitch, there's 2 stitches here and 1 stitch. You should have 2 stitches left over, so just go ahead and put 1 single crochet in each of them. And then now you should have a total of 30 stitches all the way around. Okay, now we're going to start. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to double crochet into the next stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, just go right into it and double crochet like that. Now I'm going to work around the post of this double crochet and I'm going to do a puff stitch. So this post that we just did, so I'm going to yarn over and go right through the and around the post, and I'm going to draw up a loop, and I'm going to yarn over and go right through the post, right around it to the back side, draw up a loop. And I'm going to do that one more time for a total of 3 times. I did that, and draw up a loop. Now you should have 7 loops on your hook, and what you want to do is yarn over and go through 6 of them. Go through all but 1. Leave that last one on your hook, and that'll leave 2 loops. Yarn over and go through them last 2 like that. So that's how you do the side puff. Now we're going to skip 1 stitch and then we're going to double crochet into the next. So skip and then double crochet. Again, we're going to use this post to go around. So we're going to yarn over and just go right around the whole post, drop a loop, and do that 3 times. That's 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over and go through 6 of the 7 loops that are on your hook, and then you yarn over and go through the remaining loops like that. Okay, skip 1 stitch and double crochet into the next, and here's our post again. So we're going to yarn over and go around the post 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over and go through 6 of the 7 loops that are on your hook, and then yarn over and go through the last 2 like that. And we're just going to repeat this all the way around. Skip a stitch and double crochet into the next, and now we make our puff stitch around the post. Do that. Like that. 7 loops. Yarn over and go through all of them. All of them but the last one. And then yarn over and go through the remaining ones. Like that. So I'm just going to repeat that all the way back around until I get to the beginning. Okay, once you make it back all the way back around to the beginning, you should have 1 stitch left to skip. And then we're back right here at the beginning. Here's where we did that first double crochet. So we're just going to jump right over into that where we did that first double crochet, and we wrap the puff stitch around it and single crochet into it like that. And now I'm going to put 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way around, and you want to make sure that you get all the stitches. You should have a total of 30 when you get back around. So there'll be this next stitch right here is at the top of this puff stitch, single crochet, and then the next stitch is right here, which is actually that double crochet, single crochet, and then right here, which is the top of that puff stitch, and then right here, which is that double crochet from the previous row. So go all the way around with 1 single crochet in every stitch, and I'll meet you back up at the beginning. Okay, I made it back to the beginning after that row of single crochet, and here's where I put my very first single crochet. So now I'm going to do another row of the puffs by just double crocheting into that first single crochet, and then that's going to be the post for my first puff stitch. So I'm going to go ahead and do my puff right through that double crochet post, or right around it. just like that. And then I'm going to skip a stitch and double crochet into the next. And then I'll do another puff stitch around this post. Like that. Skip a stitch and double crochet into the next. And another post. So you're just going to repeat this row of puff stitches back to the beginning. Okay, I made it back around with my second row of puff stitches, you can see, and I'm going to skip this one, and I'm going to start with a row of single crochet again. So I'm going to go ahead and single crochet into this first stitch here, like that, and now I'm going to work my way around, doing one single crochet in every stitch, just like we did before. And you want to make sure that you have 30 when you get back around to the beginning. Okay, I made it back around after that row of single crochet, and I'm back to the beginning. And again, I'm going to do one more row of puff stitches before I make the thumb hole. So I'm just going to go ahead and start by jumping over to the next stitch and starting with my double crochet. And then I'll start doing my puff around that post. Like that. Skip a stitch, double crochet into the next. So I'm just going to repeat the puff stitch row all the way back to the beginning, and then we'll make a thumb hole. Okay, I made it back to the beginning again. Now, we're going to do a row of single crochet, but I'm going to leave a spot for the thumb hole this time. So I'm going to go ahead and skip that stitch and single crochet into the next, just like I normally would, like that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a chain of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now I'm going to skip 3 of these stitches, so there's 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to single crochet into the next, like that. And now I'm just going to work my way around, putting 1 single crochet in every stitch, just like we did before. So that's our thumb hole. Now the 30 stitches doesn't matter anymore. You don't have to keep track of that, because we'll have a few more after this round. So just go ahead and put 1 single crochet in every stitch till you get back around here to the beginning. Okay, once you make it back around, here's that first single crochet we did before the chain. I'm going to go ahead and we'll start our puff stitches by doing a double crochet into that and doing our first puff stitch around that double crochet post. Like that. And now we're just going to work the same pattern, but we're going to work it in this chain too. So we're going to skip 1 stitch and a double crochet into the next, and then do our puff stitch around that. Skip 1 stitch with the chain and double crochet in the next. That, do our puff stitch. Like that. Skip a stitch, do our puff stitch. And then there'll be a stitch left of the chain here. You can Kind of gets caught up in there, but it's there. Skip it, and then double crochet in the next, like that. And I'm just going to repeat this puff stitch pattern all the way back around to the beginning, just like we normally would. And now, well, now we've made our thumb hole here. So go ahead and finish that puff stitch. What we're going to do now is, here's the row we're on. So we're going to finish this puff stitch row, and then a single crochet row, and then a puff stitch row. And then I'll meet back up with you and we'll finish out the top. So finish this row, and then you do your single crochet, and then another puff stitch, and then I'll meet back up with you. Okay, I've made it back to where I said I was going to be. So that was 5 rows of the puff stitches that I've done. So now I'm going to start with my row of single crochet. Now we're just going to skip and start right here like we always do. Single crochet. And now if you want to put a stitch marker there, you can, because now we're going to work in around single crochet rounds. I'm actually going to do a total of 3 rows of single crochets, just around and around 3 times. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that. 3 rounds of singles, and I'll meet back up with you. Okay, once you make it back around to the beginning, after your 3 rows of single crochet, I'm just going to slip stitch into the next stitch, and then slip stitch one more time into the next, and then I'm going to tie this off and hide the tails. And then one more thing I'm going to do, you probably don't have to do it, but I'm just going to go around this bottom with a row of single crochet just to clean that up. So I'm just going to do 1 single crochet in every stitch, and then I'm going to hide all my tails. Okay, once you're done doing that, that's it. That's all there is to it. Just need to make 2 the exact same, and that's all. That's it. Well, I hope you enjoyed my tutorial, and I hope you were able to follow along okay. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and you can check me out on Facebook. I'll put a link to that below in the description box, and you can post all your crochet items on there. I'd really like to see them. And until next time, have a good day.